In a mixed year for the status of women in the Middle East. In Kuwait, women won the right to vote and run for office. In the UAE, rules were introduced allowing women the right to divorce. However, in Iraq, where women make up 50% of the population, the new constitution gives each household the option of using religious law to decide matters of inheritance, divorce and other family issues. Our senior international correspondent Nick Robertson has more on the scene in Saudi Arabia.
Life for girls in Saudi Arabia doesn't get more daring than this. At the wheel of a virtual car, Anand's not sure if she'll drive when she grows up. Not because she's crashing, but because women are banned from doing the real thing.
This is a house for ladies who can, widows and divorced.
In her chauffeur-driven car, as she drives me around her hometown Jeddah, women's rights activist Maha Fatahi sees change. How long do you think before you could be driving around these streets?
I said maybe a few months.
That's short.
It will have a backlash, I'm sure, but from some people who don't believe in women's role in life.
The more religious extremes.
Yeah, and expected, but we're ready for that, yeah.
Female drivers are a hot issue. Video clips like this, purporting to be women flaunting the law, driving in Saudi Arabia, are popular in the growing youth counterculture of video messaging. Fatahi, though, wants more than just being allowed to drive. She wants religious extremists responsible for repressing women's rights to radically reform their attitudes. She wants respect.
I want to see that when you talk to me, you listen to me, and you talk me in the eyes. You look me in the eyes, and you respect me as a woman, and you take what I say as a woman. That was the first time we come up on the TV. We were 8 ladies.
Her path from mother of 5 to reformer began in earnest with TV appearances following September 11th.
Just talking the everyday life as a mother and as a wife, living her life and want to have a better life.
She felt Saudis were responsible for the attacks in the US and her country needed to change. She discovered she wasn't alone.
I was shocked by the sum of messages and telephone calls.
Many women supported her view that narrow religious education is the root of the Saudi problem, stemming from the empowerment of conservative religious leaders following a botched revolt against the royal family.
That incident of 1979 had an impact on our TV, our schools, our education, our daily life. You know, everywhere we were not allowed to speak out.
Fatahi is devoted to Islam. She prays 5 times a day. To do less would allow religious extremists to derail her agenda.
My mission that I would like to differentiate and to show the differences between what is from the Islam and what is from social practices and customs. I was living here in the
center. Nowhere is her calculated bucking of the social norm more obvious than when she shows me where she grew up. This is busy. For a woman to be in public with an unrelated man is banned by religious police. For it to be filmed for Western television is a first for me. It is a sign of change.
You see all these ladies?
In the market's female migrant workers, she sees optimism and reality in equal measure.
2 years ago, it was only maybe 3-4 women. You see now how many? Saudi women themselves, they don't want to get into this now because they don't know that maybe that she's going to be harmed, maybe she's going to be hurt, maybe she's going to be hearing some. But the more we have like this, I'm sure in 2 years' time you'll find some Saudis sitting here.
Her optimism is based on trust in the new Saudi monarch, King Abdullah, in whose hands women's fortunes here lie. Just looking along this rack of magazines and newspapers gives an indication of the subtle and slow change on women's issues. This magazine, for example, features a picture of Saudi Arabia's king and a woman on its cover. It would have been unheard of several years ago. And like many publications these days, features more articles relevant for women. And elsewhere, women are getting minor victories. Girls can now study engineering. Women can join chambers of commerce, both formally off limits. But fundamental changes like equality in law are nowhere in sight. Fitahi has been fighting for her own college-age girls. She knows the final push may come from them.
The new generation is rejecting that power without logic. They would like, and this is the cause of the internet and the TV, the satellite TVs, and the exposure.
More than 60% of the country is under 16. 17-year-old Sally knows what she wants and is breaking social norms to tell us. It would be better if women could drive, she says. It would be easier on the family. By the time Annan is Sally's age, she may well be driving. And if she keeps practicing, she'll likely do just fine. Nick Robertson, CNN, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.